Hello and welcome to this screencast in which we are going to talk about discount points, simply known as the points. These points signify the interest payments that we make at the very beginning of the loan, and you may ask why. Because if we make a few interest payments at the beginning of the loan itself, the lender might throw in a little sweetener in the sense that the interest rate applicable on the loan will be reduced. One discount point, my friends, means paying 1% of the loan at the time of closing the loan, where closing the loan means that point in time where the lender and borrower arrive at an agreement about the terms and conditions of the loan and everything is set to go, the loan gets sanctioned. So what is going to happen is that we are going to find ourselves in a trade-off situation. We are going to have two alternatives to choose from. Number one, either go for a loan with no discount points, or you can go for a loan with discount points. And like with everything else in the world, there is going to be a plus side and there is going to be a minus side to both these alternatives. Now, for example, if we choose the first alternative, that is a loan without any discount points, the good part is going to be that there is going to be no upfront expenditure because we are not going to be making any interest payment at the time of closing the loan. But the bad part is going to be that there is going to be no reduction in the interest rate. The original interest rate is going to be applicable. If we go for this alternative, that is a loan with discount points, the negative part is that we are going to have to make an upfront expense in the form of some interest payments going out of our pocket at the time of closing the loan. But the good part is going to be that the interest rate applicable to the loan is going to get reduced. So the question that is going to face us is, should we pay the discount points or not? And that is going to depend on how long we intend to hold the loan. Because if you go for a loan with discount points, that is, you make an upfront expense and then you don't allow yourself sufficient time to offset this upfront expense, and you don't allow yourself time to avail the benefit of reduced interest rates, then there is no sense in paying the discount points. So if you prepay the loan, then the effective annual rate is going to be higher for you because you are making an upfront expense here in the form of interest payments right at the beginning, and you are getting yourself a reduced interest rate, but you are not giving yourself sufficient amount of time to offset this expense and to avail the benefit of the reduced interest rate. So that is what we say here, that the discount points should be paid only if we intend to hold the loan long enough to accomplish two things. Number one, to offset the upfront expense, and number two, to avail the benefit of the lower interest rate. Let us demonstrate this by taking a simple example. We have two alternatives. In the first one, the amount that we need to borrow is $100,000. The loan is going to run for 360 months or 30 years. The rate of interest applicable is 12% per annum, and there are no discount points on this loan. The other loan is also similar in the sense the loan amount is $100,000. The term of the loan is again 360 months or 30 years, but this one comes with two discount points. That is, in this case, if you choose to pay two discount points, that is 2% of the amount that you're borrowing, and that would be $2,000. In return for those $2,000 that you pay to your lender right in the beginning, the lender is going to reduce the interest rate by 0.5 percentage point. So what we want to find out is which of these two alternatives is going to be better for us, and that is going to depend on two things. Number one, what is the monthly payment that we are making on each of these loans to amortize the loan? And number two, what is the effective annual rate applicable on these two loans? So let us find that out on our financial calculators. Let us build in the inputs that we are going to give to the calculator. First of all, let us talk about the interest rate. The interest rate is given to us 12% per annum, but since we are working with months, so let us convert that 12% interest rate into a monthly interest rate by simply dividing 12% by 12 months, and that is going to give us 1% per month. The number of months, n, is 360, and the present value is the amount that we borrow, so we write here $100,000, and we are going to ask our calculators to give us the amount of payment, and in this case it is going to be $1,028.61. we can now also go ahead and find out our effective annual rate, the formula for which is 1 plus the periodic interest rate, which we have figured out 1% per month, raised to the power of number of time periods in a year, that is 12 in this case, and then we subtract 1 from it. So let us plug in our numbers here. Let's write 1 plus the periodic interest rate is 1%, so let us write 0.01 and then raise this thing to the power of number of time periods in the year, that is 12, and then subtract 1 from it to get 0.1268 or 12.68%. So the effective annual rate is 12.68% on this alternative, and we make a monthly payment of $1,028.61. Now let us look at the second alternative, where everything else is the same except the fact that this loan comes with the facility of paying 2 discount points, that is $2,000 right at the time of taking out the loan, and that is going to reduce our interest rate to 11.5% as compared to the 12% interest rate in this alternative. So let us first of all write down our monthly interest rate, which is going to be 11.5% divided by 12 months, and that is going to give us 0.9583% per month. The N is going to be the same, 360 months. The present value is the amount of loan that we take out, $100,000, and the payment is going to be found out on our calculator, and that is going to be $990.2609. Now, one thing we should keep in mind is that though we are taking out a loan of $100,000, but we are going to get to use only $98,000 because we are right at the beginning making a $2,000 payment to the lender as a part of interest. So out of the $100,000 that we take out, we make $2,000 upfront payment and get to use $98,000. But also realize that the interest rate, this interest rate 11.5% per annum or 0.9583% per month, this interest rate is applicable to the loan amount of $100,000. So though we are paying the interest rate on $100,000, we are getting to use $98,000 only. So therefore this interest here 0.9583, that is not going to remain the same. We are going to experience an increase in this interest rate because we are not getting to use the entire set of $100,000. Let us verify that. So with this payment, $990.2609, let me copy this from here and paste it at this place. Let's keep our N the same, 360, and our present value is the amount that we get to use, that is $98,000. So if that is what happens, we are using $98,000 and we are repaying the loan in 360 months by paying $990.2609 monthly, then our interest, what I presume, is going to be higher than this, because this is the interest rate that comes out when you get to use the entire set of $100,000. But if you are paying this amount as your monthly payment and getting to use only $98,000, what we should find here is a number which should be higher than this, and our calculator is going to verify that fact. The calculator result is going to be 0.9803% per month. So this 0.9803% per month now can be used to find out the effective annual rate. Let us do that quickly. 1 plus the periodic interest rate, which is this one here. So let us factor that in. We are going to write here 0.009803, and then we are going to raise this thing to the power of 12, and from this we are going to subtract 1 to get 0.1242 or simply 12.42% as our EAR. So what we find here in comparing these two alternatives is that the loan with the discount points seems better, because number one, we are making a lesser payment, $990 and some cents, and as compared to this payment here, $1,028.61, and also our effective annual rate of interest is lower, 12.42%, as compared to the 12.68% per annum effective annual rate in this case. So the conclusion therefore is, if we intend to hold the loan till its entire duration, paying the discount points is beneficial, as it reduces the EAR from 12.68% to 12.42%. A word of caution here: this alternative of going for the discount points is going to be beneficial only if you are willing to hold the loan for its entire duration. If you decide to prepay the loan, this scenario might change, but we are going to look at that in another screencast. For now, it is bye-bye. Thank you very much.